Before Lisa Ray McCoy Mizik took the stand, brother and sister Georgia Dunn gave evidence. The two, who are belongers by descent, were summoned to give evidence after declining a request from the commission to appear. Georgia Dunn testified that she is the co-owner of the White House, a popular historic site on the island of Salt Cay. Dunn says that her family has been on the island since the late 1680s. She revealed through testimony that she was, quote, threatened by Salt Cay developer Mario Hoffman and intimidated by the premier. During examination by junior counsel to the commission, Jacqueline Duff, Dunn testified that she owned a piece of property on North Beach in Salt Cay. She said that she was approached first by a representative of the company that was undertaking a golf course and hotel development on the island, Jonathan Catan, and later by other representatives, Mario Hoffman and Stephen Kroll, to negotiate the sale of her land for the company to use in a development. Dunn indicated that she had not wanted to sell the land because it held priceless sentimental value. She testified that in a meeting with Mario Hoffman, when she indicated that she did not want to sell, Hoffman made reference to his control over the government, saying, quote, "I control the government." During questioning by Duff, Dunn recalled that the parties present at that meeting were herself, her husband Bill, and Mario Hoffman. However, later when cross-examined by attorney representing Mario Hoffman, his name unconfirmed, she agreed with him that she failed to mention that development representative Jonathan Catan was also present. Also, during that cross-examination from Hoffman's lawyer, she suggested that the meeting went differently than what Dunn had testified to. He suggested that the meeting was not threatening, that it was a happy meeting. He suggested that Hoffman, Catan, Dunn, and her husband met together, talked about life, and Dunn's husband even discussed influential people who he knew, including the Premier of the Czech Republic and Bill Clinton. Dunn said that she rejected that suggestion and that her husband, in disclosing that he knew influential people, was his way of being a, quote, alpha male and letting them know that, quote, "Don't F with me, I know people." Also in this cross-examination, Hoffman's lawyer brought up evidence to suggest that Dunn did not have a bad relationship with his client. He evidenced an invitation for a party to celebrate Dunn's marriage that she had sent to Hoffman about a week after the alleged threatening meeting. According to Hoffman's lawyer, the invitation had cordial words on it, beginning with, quote, "Dear Mario, it was a pleasure seeing you last week." Hoffman's lawyer then wanted to know why she would invite Hoffman to a party. Dunn testified that she tries to get along with the people since Salt Cay is a small island. Dunn recounted the details of other meetings between herself and the Salt Cay developers. She said that there was one meeting where she was shown the master plan of the development, showing buildings being constructed surrounding her property. She said that she realized that a canal was planned that would cut very close to the White House. She said this brought concern because she only owns the property that the house actually sits on and none of the surrounding property. She said that the activity surrounding the plan near the house could threaten its stability because of its age and the way it was constructed. She testified that there was yet another meeting. This time, she said, along with Stefan Kroll and Mario Hoffman, the Premier, the Honorable Dr. Michael Mizik, was also present. She described this meeting as, quote, unsettling, testifying that she left the meeting, quote, shaking and crying. She said in a conversation with the Premier at that meeting held at the Provo Air Center in May of 2008, the Premier asked her where she was from. She said when she indicated that her family had been involved in the Salt Cay industry on Salt Cay for years, the Premier said that she was Bermudian. She testified that she showed the Premier a slide presentation on the history of the island as a way of showing how much it meant to her. She also testified that the Premier said that the Turks and Caicos Islanders may not feel the same way about her as they felt about him. In cross-examination by the Premier's lawyer, Edward Fitzgerald, he suggested that Dunn was not intimidated in that meeting. He suggested that the Premier said that there was a friendly atmosphere at the meeting, that there was no discussion of the Salt Cay development, and that the meeting was a lot shorter than she had indicated. He said that the meeting was not prearranged, as Dunn has testified that Hoffman and Kroll were on their way to the Dominican Republic at the time. Dunn rejected those suggestions again, saying that the meeting was emotional and had an air of a big dark shadow in the room. Dunn's examination ended with Fitzgerald's cross-examination, and her brother Michael was then called to the stand for a brief examination. Dunn revealed that he agreed with the accounts that his sister had given about the meetings that he was present in. Next to take the stand at the time was Lisa Ray McCoy Mizik, who was questioned by senior counsel to the commission, Alex Milne. Milne led McCoy Mizik through a series of questioning concerning her relationship with the premier as his wife. McCoy Mizik testified that the two had a quick romance and were married some 10 months after meeting. She said when she first met the premier, she was not aware of his affluence on the island. She also testified that during the time that she dated the premier, she had a lively career as an actress in the United States and lived in California. She said she would travel to the Turks and Caicos Islands on weekends to visit the premier, first by commercial flights and about a month and a half after doing that by private jet. According to McCoy Mizik, the trips cost $100,000 each time, and she made these trips 2 or 3 times each month. Milne showed McCoy Mizik a picture of a plane, a Gulfstream jet. She testified that she recognized that jet and that it was one that she had many personal trips in along with the premier, trips to places including Milan, Africa, Prague, and Switzerland. She said that, to her knowledge, her and the premier had bought the plane. McCoy Mizik further testified that under the assumption that the plane belonged to her and her husband, she made plans to have the interior of the plane customized, including having a family crest made into the plane's carpet. However, she said that was never done because of issues in liaising with the proper people to carry out the plans. Milne then questioned McCoy Mizik on her estranged husband's spending habits. She described the premier as often saying that they were rich and she doesn't have to work anymore. McCoy Mizik testified that she also held a credit card on an account for an American Express Centurion card, which she said the premier paid the bill. She said that at times she spent a lot of money on the card because she bought clothes to help her transition from her Hollywood lifestyle into the lifestyle of a first lady. She also testified that at the time that she got married to the premier, his house on the leeward end of the island had not been built. She said that she saw the blueprints, which showed only one master bedroom. She said she made additions to the blueprints, including adding extra bedrooms and expanding the kitchen. She said that she did not know the cost of the house at that time, but estimated that the cost of the furniture, which was bought in Bali, Indonesia, on the couple's honeymoon, was over $1 million, outside of the cost for shipping. Milne brought the mother of 2 of the premier's children, Milvis Rivas, into the line of questioning. McCoy Mizik testified that she found out that the premier was sending money to Rivas after questioning him about papers she had found at their home. She also revealed that one of the 2 children were born while McCoy Mizik and the premier were still married. The testimony ended before the lunch break with McCoy Mizik testifying that the premier had helped her to finance her daughter's educational fees while she attended school in Switzerland. She noted that that funding had been cut off, and her daughter has since had to leave university and return to their home in California. McCoy Mizik was scheduled to return for further questioning and cross-examination during the afternoon session. For WIV4 News, I'm Joy Del Trail.